Ted Kessinger, of course, the father of head coach Ted Kessinger of the Ottawa University Braves. And what's it like to be able to see your son out there on the field?
Nerve-wracking. I tell you, I felt when I retired from coaching, things would be not as nervous, tension build up. I'm not a very good fan. On the inside, I'm just a nervous wreck watching him coach. I'm proud of him for sure, but you know, it's a different lifestyle up there.
Now, when you talk about coaching, you've got an amazing background as well there at Bethany College. I believe 219-57-1 is your record. I believe you led that team to the NAIA postseason 10 different times. So kind of talk about your coaching career and kind of what it feels like to look back on that.
Well, I really was blessed with some great coordinators. That made the difference. Offensive and defensive coordinators, and especially coordinators, that was a major factor. And this morning, matter of fact, at the Chapel Talk for Ottawa, I brought in the quarterback that I had in '76, who played for us for 4 years, and tried out for the Broncos and tried out for the St. Louis Cardinals. And I think back on experiences like that with those individuals and just thank God for those opportunities. It's just good feelings. And growing up in Lindsborg, Kansas, I shouldn't say growing up, but coaching in a small town like, you were at Hastings.
Absolutely.
In a small town like that where the fans are really supportive, just good feelings.
Absolutely. Now, there's one thing that when you talk about feelings, coaches don't always get to feel this throughout their coaching career. You never had a losing season there.
We were very fortunate there, yeah. We just, again, it's because of the coordinators and the players. Things just worked out. I hadn't heard this story until after I retired, but going into the last season, the last few games, our players had to win 3 out of the 4 games for us not to have a losing season, which wasn't even a thought of mine. And that was a motivation for them, which surprised me when I heard that afterwards, that they wanted to do that, and they did it. So you're thankful if you have players that care about you, and I think the best coaches nowadays are those who care about their players as people, not just as guys strapping on a helmet.
Absolutely. Now, there's an award that has your name in it. It's the Dr. Ted Kessinger Champions of Character Award. Now, when this was represented to you, what was, and your name's behind it, what's that mean to you?
Well, humility. I mean, really thankful for that. And you look back and you hope that you were a witness and you cared about your players well enough. And the coaches, I miss the coaches in our conference. I miss the players. And the coaches made a difference for that. If it wouldn't be for them, they wouldn't have this award. Yeah. So, I just feel thankful and humble. And, in coaching, in order to be successful, you have to have a great wife and great kids. Now I get the chance to watch one of my kids
Absolutely.
coach. So,
Absolutely. That's got to be kind of a great feeling. Now, when you look back over your career, what would be probably one of your grandest moments that you can kind of revel on a little bit?
Well, I'm not sure I'm the type that likes to revel, but I would say most likely dealing with the players individually, especially those that are struggling, and trying to help them more than just in the game of football. And I noticed that even more after I retired, is when you hear from your players, and I keep in touch with a number of our players, and know that you meant something to them, you had a little impact on their life totally. And to me, football is much more than a game. This is life. It's one of the best classrooms that you can have. I think that would probably be the impact of my coaching. That's what I feel the best about it. Hopefully I've helped some of our players.
Well, absolutely. So, we got another half of football to go to, so hopefully you'll keep those nerves under check.
I think that's next to impossible.
You're right.
Yeah, hey, my pleasure. God bless you.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you, this is super for us to have the opportunity to talk about our players, our coaches, and the town and family. That means a lot to me that you granted me this pleasure. Thank you.
Well, absolutely. We appreciate everything that you've ever done for NAIA athletics, and we're trying to carry on that tradition as well by, getting a little exposure out
You
there.
definitely are carrying it on. I'm glad this is happening.
Absolutely. So once again, that's Dr. Ted Kessinger, of course, the father of Ken Kessinger, head coach of Ottawa University. And again, what a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So once again, Dr. Ted Kessinger there. We're going to have more of your halftime show coming up right here on the College Fan Sports Network.